God gives children to parents, not governments. Yes. Yes. Matthew 2:13 through 15. Now when they had departed, behold, an angel of the Lord appeared to Joseph in a dream, another angel with another message, and said, rise, take the child, this is young Jesus, and his mother Mary, and flee to Egypt and remain there until I tell you, for Herod, the diabolical political leader, is about to search for the child to what? Destroy him. Our God is pro-life, and sometimes tragically, the government is pro-death because they're anti-God. And he rose and took the child and his mother by night and departed to Egypt and remained there until the death of Herod. This was to fulfill what the Lord had spoken by the prophet, out of Egypt I called my son. The greatest threat to Jesus Christ as a child was the government. For those of you who are parents, I want to empower you to realize that God does not give children to governments, he gives them to parents. Amen. That the ultimate authority in the sight of God to raise a child is not the government, it is the mother, the father, it is in fact the parents. And the greatest threat to Jesus was the government. And as a result, what Jesus' family had to do, they had to practice something called civil disobedience. The government determined that they wanted to end the life of the baby boys before they could grow up to be strong and serve the Lord. You need to know this, that when a government is against life, it is against God. And that ultimately our God is a pro-life God. And anytime you see a government that is pro-death, it is anti-God. It is anti-God. And so now Jesus' parents have a choice. They love their son, and the government says, he belongs to us, and we get to determine what now happens to him, and we will terminate his life, even though he is a born child. Above the government is God. You need to know that. The government is not the highest authority. The government is under God's authority. And so they have to determine, will we hand our child over to the government, or will we consecrate our child to the Lord? And they do what is right in the sight of God. They practice civil disobedience, and they tell the government, no, this child belongs to God, not to government. As we have an increasing encroachment on parental rights, let me give authority to God's parents to exercise their God-given authority. If you don't like the education that the government provides, don't send your children to a government school. Yeah. If you do not like what entertainment is trying to brainwash with your children, turn it off and do something else. You don't have to just say yes to those who are in authority. You need to be obedient to God, and sometimes that means saying no. And I know that this live stream is going out for those who are in diabolical places like Washington State and Colorado that have literally come against God and parents, and they're usurping parental authority, and they're overstepping their God-given domain. My encouragement to you would be to practice civil disobedience, to push back and to say, these children belong to the Lord. Right? And so to spare the child's life, they take Jesus and they temporarily move to another country. This is not illegal immigration. This is legal immigration. This is them obeying the law to preserve life and to love their child. Much of this gets weaponized in a political way, but biblically it's very clear. God created us male and female. He created us to be fruitful and multiply. He gives children to mothers and fathers, and when the government is against God, mother and father have to be against government and for God and find every legal means by which to preserve the life of the child, because God loves the child and the government doesn't have the highest authority. God does. Thanks for joining me. My name is Pastor Mark. I've been teaching the Bible for more than 3 decades and head-on constant collisions with woke culture. And I would love to get you more Bible teaching. 2 things you can do. Go ahead and watch the sermon in total and also subscribe to the channel. And I'll just keep sending you Bible teaching and we'll have a lot more fun together.